Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to North Shore Live, Cooper's Corner. We're live this evening. This is June the 10th, 2015. I think we've had some graduations already from high school. The other grades will be letting school out, I believe. Either today was the last day or tomorrow will be the last day for summer break. Now, what to do with the kids for summer break? Hopefully everyone is involved with summer camp, or you are registered for some kind of a splash and fun at the pool. I think it's going to be warm weather. This is June, but you never can tell. Mother Nature has the right to change her mind. So whatever it is, enjoy it. Be safe. Always be safe. That's first, so you're not sorry. Anyhow, we're happy that you have tuned us in for this evening. And I just have a PSA for everyone. A PSA is a public service announcement. And this is for a group that is forming. It's a new group. It's looking for caring parents, grandparents, family, and friends that may be having difficulties dealing with IEPs in Highland Park for special education. Starting a new support group in Highland Park. They weren't sure what to call the name or what they wanted to do with it, so they asked if I would please take on that responsibility for a short amount of time. So you can contact me here at bev.cooperscorner@yahoo.com, right here. There you go. You can contact me at this right here, and I will give you their name and how to connect with them, because this is for any parent, grandparent, family member, or friend who may be having difficulty with dealings with the IEPs here in Highland Park, and that's for special education. A new group, it's a support group. Everybody I know has been talking about this, and parents are getting together because they feel it's necessary to connect with one another, and we're going to give them that opportunity. They may even come and appear on the program because they feel so strongly about this. This is children's education. This is for special education, children with disabilities, for special education, and their safety, as well as educating them for the future. So please feel free to contact the organization at my email here, and someone will get back to you. We've had a lot of concern, and I was asked to put this on for tonight. It was a quickie. Anyway, so thank you so much for that. That's a public service announcement for children with disabilities here in Highland Park with the IEPs. If you come from anywhere, but you're dealing with Highland Park, that's the important thing, the IEPs. Well, thank you for listening for that. And our special guest for this evening is Brother Willie Brooks, who is a community organizer up in North Chicago. And he is giving the voice of thousands of people some air. And he wants this to be heard. He looks out for the betterment of his community and the children and the poor and the mothers that have to feed their babies and families that have no fathers. I mean, we're going to get into it this evening. He is a wealth of information. So let's get educated. Let's be informed thoughtfully and information-wise, and maybe we can help him so that he can help them, whatever the case may be. So directly to my left is Brother Willie Brooks.
Good evening.
Welcome. Good
How you
evening.
doing?
My pleasure to
Yeah.
have you.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
You're always welcome.
yeah.
You know that. You know that.
And I correct that a little bit. I'm from Zion, Waukegan,
Zion,
and North
Waukegan.
Chicago.
Okay.
So we be doing trying to help people in all three of them cities.
Okay.
Because so much going on, and so they're deprived of so many outlets and information to receive what's really going on.
Now, what do you do? What is it that you see? What is it that you hear on the streets or whatever? School's out. School's out, and these kids are on the loose. Now what?
Well, when I was growing up, we had summer jobs. Now we have to, with cutbacks and all that, it's going to really be with all the chaos going on in the atmosphere during the winter. Waukegan didn't go to school. They had the school shut down for about a month after they started. So a lot of them kids, and so now you got a diversified community with a lot of that with time on their hands, and really don't have playgrounds. A lot of playgrounds and extra activities are being closed, or they'll have funding to fund structured programs. So, like you said, will be chaos if we don't come together as a community.
You said the magic word. That's structure. Structured, because you cannot let kids from school just run amok. They'll be running all over the place.
And now you have social media, which gives them access to many people older than them. And so you have to, a mother just can't leave your kids because of social media, and then somebody come over, or they communicate with a teenage daughter or a daughter 13, and they don't know no more face-to-face contact. Yeah. So you really got a community really with no safety net for the kids. You know what I'm saying? So we have to start praying, and churches open their doors. We believe in churches to open their doors and give them some kind of structure. Something to do through the summer. Maybe, trips, or just having someone, kids come in and mentor these young people through the summer, because it's challenging times right now where we have to really have our kids prepared for the next semester of learning.
Wow.
Because you can't really take a break, because kids from other nations go year-round. And we take a 3-month break, and so you got to have the kids with structure, have to have structured educational programs to have our children stay a course of what's happening in the world. Because now we don't get hired because I live in North Chicago, Waukegan. They get hired now on a world employment base. And so, Great America hires more people from other countries than they do in local communities. And just for saying one.
And I heard that it was Disney World.
Yeah, Disney got rid of
200 people.
Yeah.
200 people got pink slips to leave, and they were informed that they need to train the new people coming in, and they're foreigners. They're not Americans.
Well, this is what's been going on. If we was in Detroit not too long ago, and they had Detroit, it went down bankruptcy and all. But they had an article in the paper really caught my eye. They say we're gonna restock Detroit with foreigners because it's a bill called E-120-165. I'm not correct. It's a bill that comes. Well, not only people that bring people from other, they say they have studied them. They do good business. They're gonna bring them as businessmen and good workers because they study. They're gonna bring them and their families because they found out through study they're good workers. They have no problem, and they have communities that bring the city back. So now they're gonna bring a high-tech person. They're gonna bring workers, and they're gonna restock them with their friends. They're gonna have a new visa for the family to come and stay with them. So the visa, one of the brothers may be a robber, but he get to come in with the family. So we're not really watching our gates anymore, and I think we really don't consider the homegrown Americans. America is a melting pot from all the world, but some of us grew up here. We know no other country. I know nothing about Africa. If I knew somebody in Africa, I'd be driving a cab because all Africans drive cabs in all your major cities. They come here and get employed, and in Nigeria they may have chaos. They chop women up. A lot of chaos. They abuse women. They abuse children, and then they come here. They drive cabs, and they all run all your major cities. people from Africa, they run cabs. So Russians run limousines. And so what I'm saying is we have slept at the wheel and let our gates show with no other country. Because you can go in another country and take over a country with the gates down, and the people who live in the city have no resource.
We have no protection.
No protection.
What about our safety for our nation, that our American brothers, sisters, fathers, uncles have fought for with all colors, all creeds, to keep America safe and to keep our homeland fires burning, not put the fires in America, but to keep us safe. And the Constitution that gives everybody the right to be able to have a free life. I don't understand this. Why are we taking in those that are not really American citizens and giving them first call when we have our own people to be able to help?
If you look at the highway, just go up and down the highway doing construction season, and then your infrastructure, doing all your infrastructure work, are people from other nations. We have a community where we have no access to construction jobs. You have a community, no access to the building, with trade groups, a whole section that they grow up, they go to school, they go to jail. You don't bring no kind of, we have no, saying Americans hired first. There's no rule like that. You got you got a group of poverty, section of poverty in every major city.
Oh, yeah.
That's Baltimore, Chicago,
Yep.
Detroit. You got poverty gaps. They just stay there and just living off the ground. And you got bring foreigners in and do all the work. All your hotels, they hire all foreigners. They hire no more Americans. All your nannies come from other countries. All your summer nannies and raise people's kids. All your people who used to do domestic work, used to do hotel work, used to do all the service jobs, no longer are being
housekeeping, everything.
All that's now are being
in the kitchens, service, food service.
Correct. So now we sitting here now saying what happened to our rights. So you're saying why are we angry? They're getting you unfair education. For one thing, they're educating you like they did back in the 50s, where you're gonna be Mary Poppins and grow up and go through this system. But we're in a high-tech system right now, and they don't put in computers. They put in wealthy areas when the kids is 5 and 6. They put them in North Chicago when they get to high school. So they already missed 10 years of computers. When they get to high school, everybody else, they know how to play games and somebody else's game, but they don't know how to learn off the computer. See, my grandkids go to school in Gurnee. They took the pencil out of their hand and put a computer in their hand when they're 5. They don't have the number 2 pencil. So what I'm saying is they was 5 and they started putting a computer in their hand. And so when you get North Chicago and other walk in through there, you get a number 2 pencil, and the world left the number 2 pencil and went into the computer. So if you don't get in high tech, you being left behind. So when you graduate, you got to catch up 10 years when you graduate. So I graduated, I walk here in North Chicago with a diploma. What good is it?
I remember they would say, bring number 2 pencils to class. Number 2. Yeah. The sun rose and set on number 2 pencils. And my goodness sakes, if it was anything less, it wasn't legible. You couldn't read it, too light. This was number 2 pencils.
And a thick eraser.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, yeah.
So we went to a system now, a moneyless system, paperless system. But I'm educating you in the urban schools with a pencil and a paper. Now your check don't come no more in a paper form. It comes on the internet through your bank. That's a moneyless. Checks and papers are all done. Everything you got to pick up an email. You go apply for a job, you can't apply for a job. Most kids in urban areas don't have a computer at home, so they go to the library. But if you apply for a job, you got to apply for it online. So you don't go and knock on the door and say, I want a job. You got to apply online. So all this is a system to deprive real Americans of a job.
Now, how did the kids get the computers that, are big business? Are they willing to put their, step forward?
Well, it's grant money. Somebody getting school getting the grant money. Because the wealthy school, middle class school, they have them. But when you get in an urban area where they got a community of mostly poor to middle class kids, they can't find the money.
Listen, I have to tell you, that food line up in North Chicago on Thursdays is miles long in the pouring rain. They stand and they go just to get a bag of food. It breaks my heart to see this.
It breaks your heart. It breaks your heart.
I mean, this is real. This is not what you see in another country. This is here in Illinois and in northern Illinois, up here in Lake County. This is happening.
We're in one of the wealthiest counties in America.
And so, why is that that we're the wealthiest county, but the poorest for educating our youngsters? What's going on?
It's a system. I'm telling you, it's a system. They bring it in people that they want to be in America. See, there's no more people come from Mississippi, Alabama, come up here and get a
north,
job. Yeah, north. Come from the south. You go in the south now, they got factories, they got all these foreign cars, companies are building in South Carolina and all that. It's building, people, money is moving. But when you get up here, in any urban area, they deprive, they put a red mark about who they're not going to hire. They get a boy a record when he's 15, and he can't get a job the rest of his life. Once you give him a record, he can't get. Maybe he may not even get it, but I'm saying once he plea bargain in Lake County, 98% conviction rate. So he get a plea bargain in Lake County. Now for the next 20 years, he can't work. But then you get another guy come out of Mexico who lived in a small town in Mexico. He have no computer system. He come over here and you hire him, but you can't do a background check on somebody when they don't have a computer system.
See?
So we sit there and you wonder, why is this chaos? Why are people hollering and screaming? Why are they mad with it? Because you look at all this happening, who is there to protect and say something?
Well, is it something in the court system that's wrong, or is it the political system that's wrong? Why aren't the pastors or from the ministers from the churches? Why don't they get together, help their flock, help these kids?
You say this is the show with the common man, right?
That's right.
You say I'm free, right? So you say I'm free.
We're all supposed to be free.
What I'm saying, you say I'm free to say what I want to say.
Absolutely,
well, they're all in bed together. They're all in bed together. It's all a money system, and they're all in bed together. Politicians, the pastors, their pastors back. You have no pastor speaking out on nothing because he's a politician. Killing babies in the Bible says wrong. They say but they say nothing. Most pastors say nothing. Abortion, they say nothing. They say nothing about inferior education. They say nothing. Most of the pastors get in the political realm and want to be a politician instead of being a pastor over his sheep. He'll jump on the side of the law, a prosecutor on their side. They don't want to say nothing or go and mentor or care about the girl and dying that a boy killed. Wrong or right? The pastor's job is to go in and bring peace in the community.
That's right.
And not jump on sides, but go soothe and bring back peace and then comfort the one who lost a child.
That's
not
right.
jump in politics. In politics, it's two stories. When you get in politics, when you go outside, at the end of the politics, you see one thing, but in the back room, it's another whole politics. So this is what pastors need to stay in their position. They can't bring unity till you know your community. You can't bring unity till you know your community.
See?
And most pastors don't live in their community. They all live in wealthy areas, so they don't know about Waukegan, North Carolina. None of them live there. They all live in wealthy areas. They live in Wadsworth, Gurney. They don't stay. None of them stay near their church, so they don't have to walk. They don't have to walk the street. They just come in on Sunday, get their pay, and give them a word, and they walk back out.
But they don't even believe what they say.
Well, this is what happens.
And their parishioners. Listen, they hang on every word they say so they could believe them, so they could feel that the minister is telling him, be good, don't do this, don't do that. And he turns around and goes in the back door and does whatever politicking he's going to do. Whatever happened to the Word of God? Whatever happened to the Bible? Whatever happened to the church?
You got to have a character, integrity, honesty, and you got to have a character. You have a nature of Christ. The integrity of these men now have become a money system where everybody want to live good. Because community, if I get wealth for a community, it shouldn't be all me getting back. The community is God. Then I should spread my money in the community. But it's not no more community. I shouldn't be begging government for money in my community. And these churches got millions of dollars and talking about millions stacked in the church. And the only one is a couple of people in the family getting the money. God's God, but the community people gave for years in the storehouse. The storehouse become worse than the Ku Klux Klan because the storehouse is locked up by one man, one or two people, and the rest of the people went around begging for jobs.
This is so bad. This is
so
so
we
bad.
got a system that we have built ourselves. Man have built. And got away from God. Now we got a system with the police. We're going into the police now. It's a system. Some reason the police, the government or whoever behind it, are bringing that you just said a minute ago, defense. Our last defense for local government is the police.
Yeah.
But if these police keep being pimped and been, they must be in training class teaching them what to do to these people because every police around the country is doing this. So you got to look back to how all this is happening to all the police. When then you say, well, if I bring down the shield of the local police, I have to go into a federal police because you won't trust them. You keep seeing them beating on them kids on TV. You're not gonna trust the police. Now, my child, don't want to be a police because he don't see no use in being a police. So now we get another. So then we get a police force by robots or by people running with another agenda. We no longer trust the police.
That used to be an honorable position. Everybody used to, they didn't know what to do. They saw him in a uniform. They saw him with a badge. He was honor. He was integrity.
Yeah.
He was going to protect you across the street.
Yeah.
We used to have the crossing guard, so.
That's what you just said, the word. That comes back integrity.
Integrity.
We lost integrity. Something came over the country in the last 7 years that the boundaries of what we believed in. We believed in certain things. We had boundaries that we would not do. Certain things would not, our mothers taught us, the church taught us, everybody taught us. We had boundaries.
Yep.
And we included everybody in this system.
Yep.
Now we don't have, they bring their own system from other nations, and we don't have no boundaries no more. Well, if I do something, everybody can do that. Well, can't everybody, because they have to have boundaries and laws.
Well, that's because our Constitution says if you stand foot on our ground, you are then an American. But in reality, excuse me, everybody who wants to come to America, they wait 5, 7, 10 years, Willie. They wait to be able to come to America. And these other ones that come in, they just come in, but they say you can't do anything because they are protected by the Constitution because they came and stand on American soil.
And they had a baby.
And they had a baby. And the baby now is an American. The baby is an American.
And now we have to learn, we turned this around so bad that we have to learn their language. I mean, you get a job now, you got to be bilingual. You can't get a job no way unless you're bilingual.
Maybe trilingual, because you have to know English is a second language.
Yeah.
This is America, and we're learning English as a second language. You don't know what the first language is.
So now we have given our rights away.
Could be Russian, could be Polish, could be
but
Spanish, could be whatever. You don't know.
Yeah, and you gave our rights
Filipino?
away.
Yeah.
So it comes back to politics.
Politics.
See, politics is what we have to get off. Because they're the one maintain.
Made strange bedfellows.
Yeah.
Politics make strange bedfellows.
That's where it comes
and everybody's doing it, Gabe.
It have to be politics. And when they open up the laws where PAC groups can pull it, there used to be where you couldn't give foreign money into a political presidential election.
Yeah, that's right.
But now with PAC groups, they have no identification where the money comes from. I can start campaigning from you tomorrow with a PAC group and just hate you and put hate out on you every day, and then you don't know why. Who hate me? It's a Democrat. No, it's just a PAC group I started and getting money from all around the world just to hate you locally so I can kill you on cable right here because you had said something about me and I killed your name. And I still say I'm American, but all the money behind me came from foreign soil.
Came from foreign.
So we left the gate open when we got the money system. Money got into politics. We don't even, now if somebody gets elected right here in your district, right here as a congressman or a senator, they no longer bat for you. They get to Washington, they either be a Democrat or Republican, and they no longer do local issues. Nobody talk about local issues and we lost that.
That's right, and I can tell you from self-experience here that if I had to have something looked into because I thought it was fraudulent, against the law, fraudulent, people needed to be prosecuted. I was told from the political office that has nothing to do with federal law. Well, excuse me, but when money changes hands,
Yeah.
that's federal.
That's federal.
Don't tell me that doesn't. But that's all that I was getting. It's not. I said I need someone to come into court and be a court watcher, sit in there, take notes, and see what's all going on. All these judges getting paid off, all these attorneys getting paid off. The court was running politics, wasn't running justice.
Politics.
Justice is blind.
Yeah.
She don't know. It's a scale like that.
Yeah.
But it's politics.
Well, you look at Lake County. They're going to put $10 million in the downtown and jail system. They build a new jail downtown Waukegan.
Yeah.
$10 million.
Wow.
So that's a money cow. How you put $10 million?
I thought it was $90 million.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money.
Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
it's a lot of money for a jail. To
jail.
build 10 or 15 rooms.
They're
in a jail.
expecting a lot of people to live in there.
And they bring them in because they can arrest you for anything. With this new camera that watches everything you do, you're going to do something wrong. If your car may run, you forgot you went to Chicago on the tollway, now you owe some tickets. Now it's mounting up. Now you don't pay them. Now next thing you know, you're in court. Now you're paying them $1,000 for a ticket you forgot about. So it's getting to a robotic system that we're dealing with the cameras and with everything now is all computerized. You can be charged for something sitting here talking to me, and you wasn't even doing it because they. I'm saying it's just that.
If you blow your nose the wrong way, they'll say, "Hey, you know, it's called littering on the street. You can't do that."
So the systems we have. I was talking to COC the other week, and I'm telling you, we got old America and new America.
Yeah.
The old America, you want the old values back.
Yeah.
Man, I can walk the streets, I can drink ice cream.
That's right,
I can have
ice,
it. I can,
yeah.
But now it got to the point, that's old America. Now you live in a neighborhood where you know no one. You live in a poverty building, you know nobody in the poverty. You live in a community where no one do hand-to-hand talking. Communication. Everybody got a cell phone in their hand or they got something on their ear, so we no longer communicate. So if something go off, I don't know it, or you don't know. I was on riding the train one day in Chicago. I got on there, I watched everybody. Nobody ever knew when I got on, when I got off. Everybody is consumed. We distracted. So government know you distracted, so they can pass laws and let laws and cut deals and all, and no one pays attention because we don't communicate no longer, face people to people. Everything now is internet, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, some kind of way of communicating, but never hands-on, so I can tell you, man, what's really going on. No, I'm not listening. I got block it outside. And then you say, well, why they don't do something? They didn't know. I put in the paper. Who read the paper anymore?
No, nobody reads the paper.
Nobody read the paper no
They're
more.
all on the internet.
Everybody on the internet. And you put it on the internet what you want on the internet. It's true or not, I can put something out and then we go cyberspace like that, and I can't bring it back.
Yep. And it stays.
I can't bring it back.
It stays.
I can't bring it back. So we in an era where, and there's so much information on the internet, it's not really pure because you don't have a line of checking it out. You can't do a background on an email.
No.
You know, you got a fingerprint. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah,
you know
it's
it came
gone.
from you, but there's so many viruses out there that lead you somewhere to get your money out your pocket, and everybody trying to tell you with the scheme. So since we sitting here, so much stuff had happened on the internet, we couldn't even consume it all.
And so with these kids that are going to be out for the summer,
what can we do?
If I ask you, what can we do?
That's what I'm saying.
And you know, I deal with
I'm starting. I'm in the park. This year I'm up in Zion. I do snow cones and doing a concession stand. And I always have a few family members help me out. But
Good.
I was telling the guy, Dave, maybe I could get something. But only one person only can do so much. But I will be up there being able to talk to the young boys and young girls in the community by being out there in the park. But I think a lot of times we don't have no mature older people to talk to the next generation. They looking for a mentor, somebody they can talk to, but they want to talk. But we want to talk, but we forgot we come from old America. So we got to learn how to listen to this next generation.
Yeah, but they're not. There's no values in this generation. We had values. We had something to work for. We knew we wanted something. We had to work for it. You know, I came a very poor family. Ate out of garbage cans, babe. You're not talking to somebody who came from the suburbs. I came from Chicago, Illinois, and they have alleys, and I can tell you, going through the alleys looking for in the garbage cans. I lived that. I lived that.
But you got to go back now to the laws. The union won't let you pick up garbage in the alley out of your backyard. What I'm saying is, you got the unions which control a lot of things that you would like to do because you used to do, but now it's illegal because the union have tied all this. It's all come back to politics again.
I remember when the Iceman, used to go down the alley, and the kids, the neighborhood kids, we used to, it was so hot, and there wasn't really air conditioning. The big thing was if you went to the show for 50 cents or whatever, you could go to the show and you could have air conditioning. But we used to get a shard of ice and just lick the ice. It was crystal clear ice. When they used to have ice boxes. I mean, I'm not 1,000 years old, but we came from a poor neighborhood, and so that's what we did. And there was nothing wrong with that. And the guy would give the kids break pieces up and give it to the kids just so they could have something on ice that costs no money.
But they come back.
But where is somebody to help the kids? I came from a mixed neighborhood. Polish, Irish, Italian, Black, Mexican, you name it, Swedish, whatever. We were all there together, and we all played together, and we all had a good time together, and everybody went to everybody's house, and we're watching the kids. This one's mother would say, hey, do you know that your little boy just jumped over a fence? Hey, did you watch your daughter? She crossed the street, not allowed to cross the street. The kids listened. Willie, they don't listen today.
But y'all had one thing you had. Most you had mothers and fathers and family. They killed the family back in the 40s. They started having in most poor, low-income neighborhoods. They took the man out of the house back in the 40s and say he couldn't come back. You could have 20 babies. Every year we give you more money to have babies, but we can't get your man in the house. So they took and broke up the family. Everything happened now been strategically going on for like 30, 40, 50 years. They took the man. When you take the man out of the house, you take the discipline out the house. The man always the discipline. So when you take the man out the house, now you got women raising kids, and they never been disciplined themselves, and they never had a house with a man in the house. So they don't know the value of a family. So now they got to the point now where we got women, people are lesbians and can raise family. Gay men can raise family. They call them families. But when you and I came up,
it was mother and father.
We had mother and father.
Yeah.
So under the law, in the last few years, they broke that down where two men, anybody can have babies. So now we have no structure of family. Of the family we knew. So now, with no structure of the family, there comes chaos. If you don't have no police, you come a lawless community. And then it's garbage on the street, it's breaking in the windows, nobody accountable for the community. So you say, what are we going to do? How can we reach them? Because everybody got a program to reach it. Programs only last, they got a program, have a purpose behind the program. There's always a purpose behind a program. 2016 is coming up. And so now people may come up with programs this summer. And so campaigns, so they get people involved with campaigns for 2016.
You know that something's always coming up when your street either gets clean sweep or they're filling in the potholes because they're running for office and they want you to vote for them.
You see everybody. So this summer, the year before, everybody getting prepared for 2016. So we have to look at every issue we're talking about. With every issue we're talking about right here, we have to still look at 2016. Because nothing just happens. It's a plan behind everything. If the chaos is going on, somebody pushed the button of chaos.
It could be planned chaos.
It's
planned chaos. They rev up the kids, they rev up the neighborhood, and they look back and they say, this is what we want. And then we can manage them. In every strategic way, we can manage the chaos because we created it. They created it.
You're going around now looking at I just reading today where that stuff happened in Texas yesterday. Now the other big-time racial guys that go around pumping that fight. They going down there in Texas and get the people revved up. Guy come on TV every day. Al Sharpton.
Al Sharpton.
I heard he going down
no.
in Texas. And I'm saying,
No,
it's a group go around. It's a group go around, and they excite these people. And then they leave them like they ain't nobody back left in Ferguson no more. I mean, so they go and get them excited. They get the newspaper and they pump all that, and then they leave. And you have to still live in that abandoned building in that burned down city. Now you have no job to come back, just like Baltimore. They tore the building, they burnt the store down, when all the lights is going on. Now they have no store to go to. Sick people have no, Walgreens can't build.
That CVS was wonderful.
And they can't rebuild it because the insurance ain't going to be outrageous for the building. And now what do?
But see, a lot of those little stores, those mom and pop stores, had no insurance.
They're gone. In your own community. So, but it wasn't them that do it.
They brought them in.
They groups come in.
That's right.
You angry.
That's
you
right.
can't find a job.
Yep.
And everybody keep propaganda. They use propaganda. It's propaganda to keep you fighting.
Well, Scuttlebutt says that a lot of big people from Washington hired those to come in, paid them a lot of money just to rile the people and the kids up. And you're going to arrest a kid, just like you said, 15 years old, 16 years old. You slap them, you put them in jail, and they come out, they can't get a job anywhere.
He'll never work again.
That's it. Again, they don't even have an occupation. Teach them to be a plumber, a carpenter, electrician. We need these trades. Willie, we need them.
They don't push that in the community. I'm saying, once you get a record, they used to put you in jail and give you a school. They teach you a trade. Now they put you in jail, just a warehouse. Just holding tank until you get a crime again, and they make money off you sitting there.
And who says crime doesn't pay?
They pay great.
You're damn right they do. The building this new jail in Waukegan, they must have an idea they're going to be filling those jail cells. You better believe it. And then you got to pay a room, board, food, clothing. You got to wear the orange suits or whatever color suits, and you got to pay jailers, and you got to pay watch guards.
Prosecutors, attorneys.
I'm telling you,
it's a game.
It's a game. It's a game.
Yeah.
And listen, the game changes every time someone else says new rules. They don't stay by the rules.
There's no rule.
There's rule of law, but they don't stay by the rule of law.
And then how can you arrest somebody and you give them a $5,000 bond? They weren't stealing a banana. Now you give them a bond, $5,000. Well, you know you don't have $5,000, but now you got privatized prison. If you look in the privatized prison, I'm looking there on the internet the other day. They're all over the country now. They big business. A lot of
big business.
They on Wall Street. Private prisons. So in the private prison, that's a money chain that these people now. Now you're not in jail for what you did. Now you're in a slave market for these private jails.
It is a slave market.
Slave market.
Listen, let me tell you, nursing homes are an unbelievable amount of money, and it's not so much even for a bed to have, but it's how much money you can make. Hundreds of millions. $100 million. Esformas in Chicago, who owns the nursing homes, he and his son were running a nursing home. They have many, but they've been arrested many times. The federal government said, and this is on the news, it's not just me speaking, this was on cable news, $150 million he owed in taxes. He owed $150 million in taxes. Can you imagine how much he made that he has to owe that? And that was for the federal government. And the state of Illinois, he owed $5 million. And he just wrote a check, or maybe he paid him in pennies. I have no idea. But he paid it. It was nothing. It was nothing.
Well, you got white-collar crime.
And they're murdering people because that's what they did to my mother. 99 years old, 4 years ago, they murdered her in the nursing home.
What?
Yeah. No food, no water, dehydration, and starvation. All she had was arthritis, and she was bedridden.
I know your mom did the same.
And the nursing home took $1.5 million. And the judge left town. The judge is gone. She hightailed it to Texas, got the hell out of Illinois. And she was never elected to office. She was appointed, always appointed. Timothy Evans appointed her for 16 years, and she took the hell off to Texas. Everybody else disappeared. And I said, I'm putting this on cable TV. I want people to know this is a wanted list. She's a wanted for all that she did. Wasn't only to me. There are hundreds of thousands of other people that they killed their parents in the nursing homes.
If you don't go all the time, I went to minister in the nursing home for about 5 years every Sunday, and just encourage the people because a lot of them don't know. But if you don't go see your people like every day,
somebody they watch. I want you to know we have very dear friends, and we went down to court with them, and with black family. And her son was disabled from the military, and the judge had the audacity to want to take his pension, his military pension. And the mother says, it's for him. How is he going to survive? And she said, well, that's your problem. And they took his, I said, oh my God, sign nothing. You sign nothing, and the lawyers are afraid to speak. So when you say everybody's in bed with everybody else, don't make no difference. Republican, Democrat,
it's all one.
Pink, purple, orange, or green. If the color is green and that's the money, and that's what's speaking, that's what they're stealing. No integrity, no honesty, no, you can be truthful. Forget that. They don't give a damn. And they hide behind the black robes because they're evil. Evil is black robes. Take off the robe. Let's see who the hell you are.
But like you say, we have slept with so much distraction going on.
Slept with evil.
If you're not involved in the political system, or not involved, like you say, you went down because you was involved.
Yes,
Most people go in their house, they listen to everything, they get in their car, they hit the remote to go in their garage, and they block off person-to-person contact. So if it's not affecting me, who cares? If nobody in your family got cancer, you don't walk for cancer. You don't care. What I'm saying, if it don't affect you, crime don't affect you, man. I'm what's happening down there with them people. But you don't realize after pretty soon it gets beyond because there's no boundaries, and crime is running wild up here. But the police don't put it in the block in Highland Park and Lake Forest don't write it up. All the stuff that goes on, and we in America right now we're in a violent state. We're in a violent state because of this have and have not. You can't keep showing me a Bentley and I'm eating beans. And you won't live down the street from me. And I'm eating beans and I can't get a job, and I did everything right. And I see a guy just come here and they just get a job. They just got in America, can't speak English. I've been here all the time. You keep holding yesterday on me. I can't get a job. I can't get an apartment. I can't do nothing. And you're going to get angry.
Oh, see.
I mean, anger got to come to them.
How terrible.
But so it's so depressing to know these women have babies or have kids, and then they can't get a summer job. Like you say, summer, we have to start looking. We should have started doing this, and maybe you gave me a good idea. I should have started doing it maybe in January, trying to get some people to put something together so we can have some structured programs for these children, for these kids, because a lot of them left at home, and a lot of them just playing or go sleep over. You don't know where they're going. They just run loose for 3 months. And then they go back to school with no tune up to learn again. Take 2 months to learn after you get back in.
Well, that's what these special education programs, they're supposed to be watchful and educate the children who are disabled and who have, special education. But they say that the federal government says that you have to give them, no bounds. You have to give them the most availability to, not to be hampered or caged in or whatever. And so that's perfectly fine, but they don't have a structure. The whole idea, Willie, is structure. Even if you have normal kids, you have to have a structure. You get up in the morning, you make your bed, you feed yourself, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, you do whatever you have to do, you do your dishes, you sweep your floor, go out to get a job, a lawn job. Willie, get the kids a lawn job. They could go around with a lawnmower and they could do a lawn job.
But structure have to be taught. Structure got to be taught. You're dealing with a generation, a McDonald's generation, pizza eating generation, have no structure. We would come in the house and eat at the table. Now they eat, they grab, they eat. No babies run around the house eating. I mean, it's not even a class thing. All of them do. There's no structure from the family. That goes back to the family.
Whatever happened about sitting down at a table? Everybody sits at the table. What happened to you today? What happened to you today? You know, what did you learn? No communication.
No communication. Even in the family, in the house right now. No communication in the family. The daughter comes in the house, goes in her room. The son goes to his room and he do another. He got his own TV. He got his own. So now everybody is in the house, but nobody's talking. Everybody on their computer. Everybody on Facebook.
You see people walking down the street. Yeah. Or talking on the phone, you know, or the little buds in their ears or whatever. I mean, you know, what can I say?
Nobody care.
No. And I said, how dangerous. First of all, I'm looking at a safety issue. Safety, safety, safety. As a mother of 7, I'm telling you, I'm watching safety for everybody. Yeah. But these people walking down the street with those things in their ears, somebody could come up behind her, knock her on the head, rape her, whatever, or she could get run over by a car. We saw it coming down to the studio tonight. Beep a horn. They're not paying attention. They're walking and they're just listening to whatever they're doing. You know, they can't hear, or the guys who are riding a bicycle in the middle of the street, they're not being watchful of a car behind them. You know, it's like they dare you to hit them. Well, they dare you.
So where did it come from? Where did it come from is a spirit that gave us division. We have a spirit. We was raised in the spirit of unity.
Yeah.
This unity is a violent spirit out here, which brings distraction and disunity. Because with disunity, I don't know you. I can talk to you. I can talk to you on a phone, on a computer, but I have no hand. Yeah. I have to know you by your spirit. You know me by my spirit. You bring me back. My spirit. I know you by your spirit. But we don't get that contact no more because we do Facebook. We do all these other gadgets that I got 500-600 friends on my Facebook.
Yeah.
600. I don't know 600 people. What I'm saying is, what they say they my friends. They Facebook friends. But if I need $10, I call them. I need $10, friend. I couldn't get a $10, so I'm just saying. So we in that time where we in the community. We in multiple media. We have to adjust. See, they're not going to adjust because that's all they know. Yeah. You and I, we knew the structure. Yeah. But this new generation, this all they know is media. They know this multiple media thing.
That's very scary.
And this computer system, so it's scary for us, but we didn't. My grandmama didn't know Elvis Presley. When they got there and he shook his hips and he shook the whole world. He shook his hip. And they started kissing on, you couldn't even kiss on TV when I was growing up.
That's
now you cut TV on any time of the day. They having sex on TV. Everybody knows. But my kids watching cartoons, they don't know. They 2 women kissing. So we have no more. We have to adjust our life into the life of what's going on today. I mean, we hate to say it.
That's pretty hard to do.
That's
you know, you can't really change like that overnight.
You can't. But your circle will get real small.
Very small. Because everybody's somebody else. And look at this. We praised him for being an athlete and being on the Wheaties box and everything. And all of a sudden, he decides he wants to be a female and changes his... what is that? I mean, what does that tell the American spirit? Little kids who are eating Wheaties in the morning, they want to be just like the winners, you know. So what is that?
But the system, now look at this 2 ways. The system is blowing this up. They pumping him up like that. What I'm saying, years ago it would have been taboo. But now, why they got him on? Why are they pushing this? Because of the hidden agenda. Because a lot of them, they pushing it. I'm talking about it's a publicity stunt. Everything he's doing is a publicity stunt for a hidden agenda. And so we got to look at it from that. Yeah, a real man wouldn't do it, but they're not pushing real men right now. They're pushing the LBG agenda. And I maybe not like it, but that's what they're pushing. The media is run by them, and they're pushing it. And so people say we from the old school. We old school. We shocked, man. But they're not pushing. They're not pushing certain things. You know, right now, people in Haiti. I was thinking that coming out of it. People in Haiti still living in tents.
I saw that.
Yeah, they still live in tents, but we don't mention that no more. It's not in the media.
They said on the cable that there was a Red Cross. The Red Cross and they were supposed to build 700 homes.
Yeah.
They built one. They said it was something with the land that they had to get approval with the land. But what happened to all the hundreds of millions of dollars? Whose pocket did that go into?
As I'm going to say, but it's not in the news and not in main news. You'll catch it on the cable somewhere, but you won't see it in main news. That's why they're pushing this police and the riot with the blacks. It's some hidden agenda for 2016.
I believe you.
It has to be a hidden agenda because nothing gets to the news less than systems let it get there. Right now, stuff going on in Africa and all around the country, but only comes out what they want to come out. And so this police thing is bigger, and fighting and beating these kids is much bigger than what we see because of the hidden agenda. They think in 2020, 2025. We took it in 2016. So now if you get all the people away from the fear and the police, or no trust in the police. You bring down a wall of defense that we always know we have our local police force.
Sure.
So now when you bring back that down, now we got lawlessness. So now people get fears. The regular people get fear. So now you get gated communities that gate themselves out from the world. You get more and more gated communities. You got to go 3 or 4 levels to get to me. I don't even trust the I'm not even trusting the police. I'm having my own security force. So now you get people isolating themselves even more. They're building big buildings, and they're only going to live on the 15th floor. I'm never coming back up down there because I don't have a police force. You see, on Michigan Avenue, they've been running, grabbing, snatch, and the police stand everywhere on Michigan Avenue. And how you run it and then grab all the dimes and run down.
Smash and grab.
So nobody going to trust the police. And the new younger boys don't want to be a police. So who they going to bring in the police? They're going to bring foreigners in and make all them police. Or bring RoboCop, because RoboCop, they got video now on everything. Everywhere you at, everybody, they've been shot lately by police. They had a video. They didn't even tell them they're videotaping your neighborhood. They videotape everything go on, and so now they really don't need a human police. You go back to these movies they made years ago by RoboCop. They know everywhere you at right now. They send somebody to pick you up right there. He's he's in Highland Park in the basement. I know my phone told him I'm in the basement. I'm at this location. Because now you got GPS, got tracker. Know where you at. They don't need people to hunt you down. You seen Willie? No, I know where I'm going to. There he is. I see him right now in the basement of the police station. So they stopped me upstairs. Willie, we looking for you. And I got to go with him because I can't shoot him because he's a RoboCop. Well, it sounds crazy, but we're in that type of day right now.
This is the 21st century, but I don't know. It could be. It almost sounds,
We thought when we was growing up, it was space stuff. We were so far back, but now we live in it. See, now we live in nothing real no more. Wheaties ain't even Wheaties no more. It's not made some kind of byproduct. They make Wheaties. The raisins ain't raisins, so nothing is real now. And we want to be real. We can't be real because nothing is real.
We should tell our viewers if they want to contact Brother Willie. We could have that from the control room so we could see the Brother Willie's email. It's Willie.
JB.
Willie J. There you be.
Yeah,
WillieJB56@yahoo.com. If you are interested in trying to gather a group together to help these kids out for the summertime, in whatever contact Willie. He's more than willing and to be helpful. And if you're in Zion, in Gurnee, Waukegan, whatever you are, even come up from Evanston, wherever you want to go, get ideas and get the kids off the streets, get them in a safe place, a playground, a pool area, teach these kids a hobby, give them something to do, arts and crafts, painting or drawing or putting squares together.
Or take them on a trip and expose them to another neighborhood. Expose them to another community.
Hey, what about going downtown Chicago to the Field Museum or Science and Industry and show them other things that have gone on in the world before them,
that's what I'm saying.
and let them think. And the mind is incredible. And you might have, Willie,
Yeah.
a genius in your group,
Yeah.
and you don't even know it.
I mean, you just brought some up tonight. I mean, I'm glad you brought that up because that's something I'm gonna really grab that because that's something I always want to take a group of boys, 13 or so, to the stock markets down there.
Excellent.
So they at least see what money. You want to hustle money on the street, but
Yeah.
see money, how money's being made and being
How it's
how
transferred.
it's being
That's
transferred.
right.
See, exposure.
Yeah.
If you see exposure when you're 13, 12, 13, you'll
This-
want to be a doctor.
yeah,
You
this
wa-
stays,
you know, so
Shane.
it's really been in my spirit lately because in no community, Chinese community, any other community, that you have no black businessmen in the community. You know, you don't see a black man doing business in Waukee, North Chicago, Zion. Hillary's Barbecue, a couple places.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm saying you don't really, a young boy don't see a black man
In
doing
his business.
You have other nations,
Nationalities,
all of us
yeah, yeah.
can't go in Niles and all black people doing business in Niles. They would run us out of Niles. So we got everybody come to our community and pick our community up, but no young person ever want to be us because all they want to be is the preacher or they don't have teachers, they don't have businessmen doing business at the level where little Johnny Sevens, man, I'm gonna be Brother Willie one day. I want to be Brother Willie. I want to be able to sell and be selling something. So we don't have a exposure to this, and this is what I've been really pumping lately. Have businessmen come together and try to put little stores in the community
That would be
they
good.
can see somebody other than selling drugs and fighting and all the gang
terrible.
stuff. What do we expose them to?
You know, we can do another part. We could do a 2-part series because we only have a couple of minutes left. But you should come back. I want to know. You could do it like after the summer.
Yeah.
Let me know what.
And then we try to next year.
And like come back when school starts in September and tell me what happened. This is June. You got July. You got August.
Yeah.
School starts the end of August. You got Labor Day, and then whammo, school starts. What have these kids accomplished in the summer? Did they find themselves a job? Did they learn a trade? Are they able to help one another? Can they survive with safety in their community? Did they plant a little garden, a victory garden, you know, something to grow a tomato or a pepper? I mean, this is what people did. You don't have the food. Make the food. God give you soil, put the seeds in the ground, water it, and it will grow. Like the child, give it area and water it, teach it, it'll grow.
One plant the seed, one water.
That's right.
And God get the increase.
God,
Thank you very much. Man.
Oh, well, it's my pleasure.
It's been a great
Warm hands. Yeah. Well, thank you for allowing us in your home or your place of business. We appreciate your visiting our website. Go to bev.cooperscorner@yahoo.com, and please watch us on my YouTube. Brother Willie's going to be on the YouTube, and we had Roland Burris on the YouTube, and Berlin, and we had Paul Buffico on with the veterans, and if you wrote a book, we'd like to have another author on the program. So if you could do that, I'd like that very much. I don't know which camera to look at, probably too. But if you could, please contact me, and we'd love to have you on the program. Thank you for watching. Have a very safe evening and week. See you next time.